Welcome back guys. So in this example we will try to understand the three methods, important method which came as a part of Java 1.8 in the map classes. So what are those methods? So if you look at, I am creating the object of HashMap and the reference of the map, and then I am keeping two record, name and address, and I am printing the map. Then there is a method called compute method. This compute method, what it will do for your key, it will allow you to modify the value of your map. Okay, it will allow you to modify the value of your map, right? So if you look at here, this will take two arguments. One is key, one is by function, which is a part of Java 1.8. This I will cover more when I will start with Java 1.8. Method of hashmap class allows you to update a value in hashmap. The compute method tries to compute a mapping for a specific key and its current mapped value. Okay, compute a mapping of a specific key and its current map value, or null if there is no current mapping is found, or it will add to the null if there is no current mapping is found. So now try to understand how this compute method works. So you have a map. On this map, when you call map.compute, so basically what happens when you do map.compute, the first method, look at this first method. So when you look at the first method, it will take two arguments. One is key, one is mapping function, right? So press control, click on compute. So when you go inside that, see, this is the argument to this method. One is the key and one is by function. What is by function? Do not try to understand now. This I will cover as a Java 1.8, but here try to understand the concept. So the by function is the kind of functions through which you can perform the operations on your map. Okay, you can execute the functions on your map. So basically what happens, you have a map. Map means you have an object in the map. Now on the particular object you want to perform some operations, that you can do that by using these functions. Whatever you will write in these functions, the functions will get executed against your map. Okay, how it will get executed, I will show you. Important point what you need to understand here is this Java documentations. What are the params and what is the return type and what is the throw. So throw, you understand, it will give you null pointer if a specific key is null. It will give you unsupported operations if the operations is not supported on the map. And it will give you class cast exceptions if class of the specific key or value prevent it from being stored in this map. So it will throw three exceptions, and return type is the new value associated with the specific key, or null if none. Okay, so this is the return type, the value for the key. And parameter is two parameter. One is the mapping function to compute a value, like through what functions you want to compute the value, and the key associated to it. Okay, that is two parameters. So this is documentations is very important. Now see that how this will work. So let's say I am performing a compute method. Okay, let me remove this. So what I'm trying to perform here is, if you will focus, you will understand. This is the concept of Java 1.8. So I am saying that compute on this key, where my key is equal to name. Okay, I'm writing one function to change the value of this key. Okay, so if you focus here, basically what happens is, if I will take this outside, I can explain you. This is the part of lambda expressions. So focus on this. Basically it will take two arguments in the parenthesis, which is nothing but key and value. Okay, which is nothing but key and value. And whatever you write here, right, whatever key you write here, this will be mapped to this key. This will be mapped to this key automatically. This will get mapped to this key, and whatever value you have, okay, internally what it will do, this value will fetch for this key. So Bhanu will get mapped to the value internally when you write like this, right? And when you write this when you write this arrow, right, arrow, and then whatever value you have, this is a string, right? A string has a method called concat. So concat, what it will do, it will append the string. So you are appending with sync. You got my point? So this is the two argument. Now for this key, what is the key? Key is equal to name. For this key, whatever value you have, whatever you write after arrow, you are doing that concatenations for the key. That is the meaning of this. That's how the lambda, this is the lambda expressions. Okay, that's how it works. This is basically a function, right? So this expression we call it as a lambda expressions, but this is the function which came as a part of Java 1.8. Functional programming, yes, I will cover as a part of separate topic altogether. Here try to understand the concept, right? So now what happens is, how this will work is, again go to the compute method, click on control, click on compute. If you'll go inside, see here how this works. See how internally whatever key you supply, it will do get. So when you do get of key in the map, what you get? Value for that, right? When you do get of key, what you will get? Value for that. Then this whatever function you are supplying, whatever functions you are passing by function, it has a method called apply method. Okay, this apply method will internally will go and it will go and apply the functions, whatever functions, like whatever computations you have, compute method you have written, right? It will try to compute that. Okay, so internally what will happen here is, it will make a call to the key and then it will get the value. So whatever value it will come, it will do a concatenations for the value, right? Understood? Same thing happens in the second case. Again, this is the key. So your key is this. So why you have written this everything is the value? Because you are changing the data for the value, right? So you are writing that after comma, because whatever functions you are applying for the value, right? The by functions, whatever you are applying. And why the name is the by functions? Because it will take two argument. It will take key and value. That is the reason the name is called to by function. So here again key comma value. So what is the key here? Whatever key you have here. So internally for this key, what it will do, this compute method will make a map dot get of key. It will do map of get of key. So it will get the value. Value is equal to Bihar. So Bihar, whatever value will come after arrow, you will do concatenations with Muzaffarpur, right? So this will get concatenated. And then I am printing the map, which means I am just printing the map, seeing that after concatenations, what is my output. So let me run that. We will focus one by one. So focus on the first output. You can see that the original map was address Bihar, name is equal to Bhanu. After when we did a compute method, what became? Address became Bihar Muzaffarpur and name became Bhanu Singh. You can see that after compute method, how this came, name Muzaffarpur. So this guy got concatenated, Muzaffarpur and Singh got concatenated with the help of these by functions. Okay, with the help of these by functions. Clear? Now focus here again. Again we have a hash map 1. Okay, here what I'm trying to do that is, here I have a map where my key is equal to a string, value is equal to integer. Okay, so key is equal to a string and value is equal to integer. So what I'm trying to do that is, I'm calling a compute method again. Focus on this compute method. This is very important. I'm changing the value for the map. I'm modifying, computing the map value, right? So whatever expressions you have it here, let me break into the pieces so that you can understand, right? So what is this? What is the first part? This is key and value. So you need to write in the parenthesis, because this is the by function. By functions will take two arguments, key and value. Now where you want to apply compute method? On value. So this is my value. I'm writing that if my value is equal to null, if it is null, right, then keep 1 or keep 100. It's up to you. If it is this value is equal to null, then keep this, or this is a ternary operator. Okay, do value plus 1. Whatever value you have, you do plus 1, or you do plus 100, or you do 500, right? So this you are familiar with, right? This is the conditional operations. I'm doing that. I'm saying that if my value, see, this is also very simple. I'll break this into the pieces. This is one part. If this is null, if this value is null, okay, so whatever you write after questions mark, if null, If this condition is satisfied, the value will be 100. And whatever you write after colon, if this is not satisfied, if it is not, this is not satisfied, if it is not null, then your value will get added with 1. That's what the meaning of it. Okay, so same thing here we are trying to do that. Again for this key, test2 key, okay, there are two key here, test1 and test2. Again key value pair. If my value is equal to null, then change with 1, or let's say change with 100, or change with 10. If this value is not null, then change with 500. So I will do one thing, I'll keep one null also, so that you will have better understanding of, so that you will not get confused. I can keep values equal to null, right? No problem, because this is allowed in the map classes. Value I can keep, n number of value I can keep as a null. So now what I'll do here is, I'll keep here 3, and then if this null, then I'm keeping that 0 0 0. If not, I'm keeping that with 400, right? Now let me remove this, and when I will run that, when I will run this map and this new map, you will come to know that what I am trying to say, this compute method. So focus here, you focus on this compute method. Earlier the test1 was 12, test3 is equal to null, and test2 is equal to 15. Now when we perform the compute operations, test1 became 112. So how it became 112? The reason is it was 12. So when this value, when it was checking for if is equal to null, there was no null. So 12 will get added with 100, because for this test key, what is the value? 12, right? So when you write like this key comma value, key will get mapped here, and value will be map dot get key. Map of this key will be mapped to the value, right? So value is equal to 12, value is equal to 12, so it will get added, right? So it became 112. Again for test 2, basically what happens is key value, so key get mapped to test 2, value got mapped to 15, and then when you do value is equal to null, no, then value will get added with 500. So 15 plus 500 is equal to 515, which is nothing but 515. You can see that. And test 3, why it is 0? The reason being is, for the test 3, okay, what is the value? Value is equal to null for the test 3 key, then yes, value is equal to null, then it will get mapped with 0 0 0. It is an integer, right? So it will be only 1 0. So even though you write 5 0, it will consider as a 1 0. So it got mapped as a 0 here. That is the reason you can see that it got mapped to 0. Clear? Right? That's how compute works. Now let's say in compute, if I will try to compute which key is not found, okay, test4 is not present here, what will happen now? So I'm trying to perform a compute and the key is not present. It's interesting here. You can see that in compute what happens. So look at this. If in compute, when you try to perform and if the key is not present, so what will happen? This will get added to your map and value will be treated as a null. Okay, value will be treated as a null and it will get appended with 0. Or let's say value is null, let's say I want to do 90. So you can see that now value become 90. So how this happened? Why this got added? Test4 is equal to 90, though this was not there in the map. Was this guy was there in the map? In test4 it was not there. So generally, if I have to show you why it is getting added 90, because in the map 1 dot, when you do get of this guy test4, so look at that, what output you will get. You will get output as a null. When you get output as a null, because this key is not present, so what output you will get? Null. When it is null, so what happens? This test4 will get inserted, and then when you will do map dot get of test4, you will get null. So value is equal to null. When it is null, first condition satisfied, right? First condition satisfied, right? then it will get replaced with 90. So when these conditions will get satisfied, your these conditions will be applicable. If not, then whatever you have written after colon, this will be applicable. That is the reason you can see that test 4 is getting inserted is equal to 90. This is compute, right? Compute method. Now similarly, you have a method called compute if absent. Okay, compute if absent. So here what happens is, in case of compute if absent, the same map I have copied. If you look at, I have copied the same map. I did not create the reference. I am making use of the same reference what I had here. Okay, but what happens, this reference will get assigned with a new fresh object, right? Because here what happened, if you look at here, name and address, everything is now modified. Previously I have modified, so I don't want that. So freshly again id assigned a new object, right? Then there is a method called compute if absent. The name itself is explaining that you compute this guy if this guy is not present. So I am saying that in this method, what it will do, it will take key and function. Method of the hashmap class is used to compute value for a given key using the given mapping function if key is not already associated with a value, right? And enter that compute value in the hash map, else null. So if it is not there, then go and insert. Okay, if it is not there, go and insert. So compute absence, what it will do, ideally, if you look at here, you are writing a new key test. Test is here, it is not here. Then you are writing that comma key. Okay, for you make this as a key, that's how it works, and the value is this. Okay, similarly you are writing that you search for the address, so this guy mapped with this key. Okay, this guy will map with this key and this will be the value. You are checking that if address 1 key is not there, then consider this as a key and value for this key is going to be Bihar plus Muzaffarpur. So now look at here, what output you will get. You can focus here. Yeah. So this is the map. Okay, this is the map, right? Or let me write like this, so that it will be very clear for you. Okay, so you can see that now this is your original map in the beginning, where you had address is equal to Bihar, name is equal to Bhanu. Now you did compute with absent, test and address 1. So what happened here? Look at here, address Bihar is there, then testing got inserted. Here one more key, test, value is equal to testing got inserted. Okay, and then address 1 key, which is nothing but new key, and then Bihar Muzaffarpur got inserted, value is equal to Bihar Muzaffarpur. The another key, name and Bhanu, which was already there, got inserted. You got it? How this works? Compute with absent. If that key is not present, then key and value will get inserted. But what happens in case of if there is a existing field, compute, let's say name, and you will do here name is equal to Bhanu Singh. So what will happen in this case? Compute if absent, but this guy is not absent. Do you have any change in your map? If you look at, do you have any change? Look at here, compute if absent, if the field is present, it will not do any change. Still you have name is equal to Bhanu, you can see that name is equal to Bhanu here, but you are trying to compute name with Bhanu Singh. This will not get inserted, this will not get updated, right? This will not get updated. If you want to do so, go ahead, use a compute method. If you have a requirement where for the key you want to change the value, go for the compute method. You go for the compute if absent method only when if you want to insert a new key with the new value, go for compute if absent. Then there is another method called compute if present. You can also make use of this method, compute if present, which means what this guy will do is compute with present. Actually, if you look at, there is a similarity in the compute method and compute if present method. There is a little bit similarity in the method argument. So compute with absent, if you look at, okay, when you press control and click on this method, here the input to the method is the function. It is a function which means it will take one argument, function, one argument in the Java 8. But if you go to the compute method, press on control, click on compute, the input is the by functions, which means it will take two argument, key value pair, right, which means it will take two argument. But in case of function compute with absent, again press control, click on, go here inside it, here it will take key and it will take a function, right. This is not a by functions, so it will take only one argument. You can see that you are performing operations on the key only, and whatever you have written in the value, it will get automatically added. Now the similarity why I said, because if you will go for compute if absent method, press control, go inside that, here also the input is the by function, input is the by functions, right, key value. So look at here, the by functions, when I say in parenthesis, you requires two argument. In compute if absent, there is no by functions, just one argument. Compute method by functions, in parenthesis you need two argument. Okay, now look at compute with present, what it will do. It will check if the same hash map, actually I am using that, I initialize the same map 1 which was here. Map 1 was created here, so I did some manipulations to the map 1, right. I did some manipulations because I wanted to show you. So what I did, I again reassigned the map 1 with a fresh object, so I have only two record, test 1, test 2. So here I am checking that if my key is present. By now you are familiar with this, right. So look at this map, what data it will take. So focus on here, it's simple, it will take two argument, key and value. So you are saying that this is my key, and in parenthesis you are writing that after comma, see, key, and then whatever after comma comes is the value. So in the parenthesis you are writing like two argument, key comma value. Okay, so key will get mapped to the key, what key you are looking for, and value will get mapped with map.get key, map.get of this key, which is nothing but the value. Okay, that's how this mapping will happen. So then it will check if the value is equal to null. For test 1 value is null, no, the value is equal to 12. If it is null, value will be 100. If not null, value will get added with 100. So the output will be 112. Similarly, for test 2 key value, if the value is equal to null, output will be 900. Otherwise, it will get multiply by 500. It will get multiply by 500. Just to show you what I will do, I will use one more key which is not present. And one more thing, I did one mistake, I should not have used here compute, I should have used compute if present. Okay, so here I am going to use something called test 3 and test 3, and then I will write here 800 if it is null, and then I will write here 400. So if you do here in print, when you write map1 dot get, and then when you look for this key, okay, this will be null, this key will be null. Let's see that in map if present, what is the output and how it is different from the compute method. Okay, focus here guys. In beginning, what was the map, right? So let me add this for your understanding. Okay, now again let me rerun. I don't want you to have any doubt. See, look at, this is your original map beginning. Then when you did map of get test 3, you got null. Fine, this key is not available. Then what is the new map? Look at here, just your test 1 and test 2 is getting modified, and your value for that it is getting changed, right? But whatever test 2 you are trying to present, compute if present, this is not getting inserted. The reason is the method what it will do, compute if present. If it is present, then only do that, right? But in compute what happened? Just compute. In this compute, when you look at this, when we tried to compute test 4, even though this guy was not available in the map, it got inserted new key and new value. It got inserted new key and new value, the compute method, right? Which we can see that here, the compute method, which we can see that here, right? It got added, test 490 got added because the value was null. So because the value was null, so it got replaced with 90, right? So compute what it will do, if the key is not present, it will insert in your map. But when you do compute if present, this will not insert the entry in your map. Same thing happens with the compute if absent. So this guy also, if the particular key is not present, okay, then only it will go insert into the map. If it is present, if it is present, then it will not do any modifications. It will not do any modifications. And compute if absent, if it is absent, then only it will make an entry. If present, it will not do any entry. So now you understood where you can use what method. It's up to you, it's up to your project requirement. You can do that, but this is, I find this is very useful. These three methods are very useful. You please write down 2-3 times these methods, you practice it, you try to do some changes, you try to keep values equal to null, then don't null, then try to add where you don't have key in your map, again you try to add when key is there, and you try to do some R&D, right? I have given you the enough idea of how this guy works. Okay, so with this I'll close the video, and I believe that you should be able to tell this concept in the interview also. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.